I've always loved the concept of a game jam. From coming up with a quick game concept based off of a theme, and then taking that all the way to completion within a certain amount of time. Honestly, the idea of making something with limited resources can sometimes help you come up with even better ideas. Sometimes having an endless amount of time and concepts can lead in endless ideas to get lost in, and nothing being done. How did I get here? Also, the usually short time span can help remove any feelings of perfectionism, something that has affected me a lot over my life. Anyways, enough of the cringe emotions yuck. Just like this guy said, just make games. Okay, boss, let's do this. So the Game Maker's Toolkit hosted a game jam that lasted 4 days, and I'm not gonna lie, this game jam came at a perfect time. If you watched my first video about me learning game development, you should watch it after this if you haven't. My first game was made with help from this video, and the rest of his videos have taught me so much too. For context, this is only my second month of making games. I couldn't think of a joke for this next part that wasn't about pooping, so here's one from ChatGPT. Sometimes I need a push to get things done. If not, I'm stuck in procrastination mode. And let me tell you, that mode has terrible graphics. So the theme for the game jam dropped, and it was
built to scale.
Day 1 was just me coming up with concepts, like changing size, weight, eating to get bigger, and then I had the idea of loot come to mind. And what if a thief went around stealing possessions, and as they did, they would get bigger and bigger? My original idea was just to have a collector platformer that you would just have to collect loot to get bigger and bigger, and then find somewhere to dump and empty your bag. Like me with all my problems. And let me tell you, that has bad graphics. So, after doing my business, I started doing business. I decided that I wanted to make a stealth 2D action platformer. I thought it'd be funny if the more loot you collected, the easier it would be for guards to spot you. Then I spent the rest of the day making these ropes. God, these ropes. Give me a rope. In the end, I followed this tutorial. I wanted to make a rope that was fully connected, but I didn't have time to work it out. Let me know in the comments how to do this. It would be really appreciated. Thank you. I want your live reaction to it shit.
Oh, it shit.
On day 2, I had some more ideas, like a high jump.
Whoa, super jump.
Yeah.
That's sick. I mean, that's shit.
And then I came up with the idea of a loot goblin. And what happens when one gets seen? They start dropping loot. Honestly, I love this idea. I don't know how to do it though, so it never came to fruition. But like, I love this idea of just like running around, your loot's like flying out your bag. I think it would be sick. And in turn, as you drop loot, your bag would get smaller and smaller. And maybe it'd be like Mario's hat where you just die if you don't have it for too long. I made my first level for the rest of day 2. And in the end, I hated it. I was struggling as I had no idea how to make anything I wanted to create. Also, finding tutorials about specific things is hard. Like a zipline sounded fun, but I couldn't find any coding tutorials to help me out. But honestly, I went to bed feeling very unmotivated and very overwhelmed. I didn't make these cameras though. I even set a script so I could rotate them and a layer that would block their vision. I then added these Zelda chicken style enemies that would appear if you got caught. As I said, I wasn't sure how to make it actually empty your bag. I was just laying in bed for a few hours thinking of ways to make a decent game, and to do that, I decided to delete almost everything I made. I felt like I needed to narrow my ideas down to things that I knew I could do. So I went back to basics, removing the whole level, removing the chickens, and deciding that I would make a game that was level based, and as you go through the levels, you would hold your bag into the next level. And then I thought maybe if you bring it into the next level as a bonus, you would get a multiplier, meaning that you would end up with more points. I made a bunch of levels with this new art, like this loot goblin, these enemies, towers, the little cave that you start in. Pretty cute. And then if you get seen by a guard, you have 10 seconds to reach the end of the level. Otherwise, you lose. This is to hopefully stop the mentality of stealth where you have to restart constantly if you mess up. Also, these portals that would shrink your bag. Also, I didn't have time to make a running animation, so he rolling. I woke up thinking everything sucked, but I was determined to at least get something done by the end of the time frame. I already had a polished turd. I just need to get the polish back in the can. Guys, I think I'm over my perfectionism, right? I removed half the levels that I made, as it felt more like a platformer in some levels, and it was definitely better as a stealth game. So I made some new levels with that in mind, and then I spent the last 2 hours working on the score, and then I realized I broke my main mechanic. You know, the bag staying big at the end of the level, and with about 30 minutes left, I had to make some quick decisions. So to keep the points between levels, I had to add a portal under the end portal. I felt like my idea went 180 from what I actually wanted, but I had to realize it's okay to make a bad game, or something that's not as good as you would like. I'm still learning, and I mean, my first YouTube video was terrible. I mean, look at this.
Hey guys, welcome to Skyrim. This lovely landscape, this lovely ground.
So with 2 minutes left, I uploaded the file, and I was done.
2 hours later.
My friend tried to play the game and was like, do I need something for this? And then it hit me. I uploaded the wrong file, and I was disqualified from the game jam. I uploaded the wrong thing. I was heartbroken that I put all this time and effort into this and I messed up on the last step. But after being sad for a bit, I realized that I made a game. And although it wasn't in the jam, I still did it. I knew I wasn't gonna win, but I remembered the main reason I was doing this in the first place, which was to make a game and learn. I re-uploaded the game to itch.io. Link is in the comments and the description if you want to play it. Also, the Robobird game from the last episode is up, so if you want to play them both, they're there. Also, it's not a virus, I swear. But don't worry, I tweeted my new game to him. I know there's bugs and definitely some exploits in this, so play it with the intent that this was made in 4 days. Let me know if you'd be interested in watching me actually make the game I wanted to make with a little bit more time. And maybe next time I'll upload the right file and not be let down to my parents. Twice. See you later, alligator.